All right, students, 3.4, graphing linear equations in standard form. I believe we did some graphing in slope-intercept form. Today we're going to do standard form, and that's when we have ax plus by equals c. So your x and your y and their coefficients are on the left-hand side. And so I'm going to show you very quickly, this is the only page that we're going to do together for standard form 3.4. And so go ahead and pause the video, copy that outline now, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So standard form, again, is ax squared plus by equals c. Again, x and y are on the left-hand side of that equal sign. Now, there's different graphs, and I think we talked about horizontal and vertical lines. So horizontal is simply a line that runs left to right, and it could be it's located on the y-axis, okay, located on the y-axis, and it could be, you know, a positive number, it could be 0, and it could be a negative number. And then we have a vertical line which runs up and down. It could be anywhere on the x-axis. Vertical is up and down. All right, so the first thing that it's going to ask us to do for example 1a is graph y equals 4. So on your y-axis, you want to find a positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And because you're going to put a point here, do not mark it up and down. Even though the y-axis goes up and down, it is a horizontal line that goes through positive 4, and there's your answer. Okay, and then you can take a look at b, x equals negative 2. So on your x-axis, find negative 2, put a point, and you'll know that the grid marks run up and down, and you want to make sure that that line goes up and down through negative 2. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, some students want to, for whatever reason, for b, x equals negative 2, they want to put a point there, and they want to make it a horizontal line when it should be a vertical line. So please make sure you guys keep that in mind, especially on a test or quiz. It'd probably be the test that's coming up. The next thing I want to talk about are the intercepts. So the x-intercept is when that point crosses the x-axis at that number, okay? The y-intercept is that point crosses the y-axis. So we can put, and it's a point, so that means if you have an x-intercept of, that means your y-coordinate is 0. So you can have something like 2, 0. That means on the x-axis, you're going to find positive 2, and then 0, you're not moving up and down. Okay, so that would be an example of your x-intercept. You know your y value is equal to 0. Okay. All right. If you're looking for the y-intercept, then we know, and we can put 0, 3. So here's 0. Go up 3, 1, 2, 3. Put a point. It's on the y-axis. Okay, and we know that x value is equal to 0. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. It's going to ask us to use intercepts to graph the equation. So we're going to kind of use this idea. So in order for us to find the x-intercept, we're going to set y equal to 0. So if we want to find the x-intercept, we're going to set the y value equal to 0. So let's go ahead and do that. Step 1, set y equal to 0, and now we're going to solve. There's our y, so that's going to be 0. Now we're going to solve for our x, and then we're going to graph. 3x, 4 times 0 4 times 0, that's 0, so I'm not even going to put that there. And then we know it equals 12. This is a one-step equation at this point. We know that x equals 4. So if I were to graph this, I know that x equals 4, my y is 0. So that's going to be a point on my graph. Now step 2, we're going to do the opposite of this. We're going to set x equal to 0. And we're actually going to solve for y. So 3 times 0 plus 4 times y equals 12. Forgive me, my dog is outside and he's going crazy. So we're left with 4y is equal to 12. Divide by 4, and you end up with y equals 3. So we have y is equal to 3, x equals 0, so it's 0, comma, positive 3. So these are my 2 points. Because it's given to me in standard form, I can now graph. So let's go ahead and graph. Let's use this. So 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And you can simply do this. 4, 0 is over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not moving anywhere. And then 0, 3, so 0 up 3, 1, 2, 3. And go ahead and connect. Hopefully you guys have a ruler. If not, there is my graph. Okay, let's go ahead and try that one more time. For B, I might be running out of room, but that's okay. You kind of have the idea. Step 1, maybe I can squeeze it here. I'm going to set y equal to 0. Now, if you want to set x equal to 0, that's fine. I'm going to show my work underneath. So 2 times x minus 0 equals 4. Remember, we don't have to really subtract 0. So we have 2x is equal to 4. And then our last step is to divide by 2. So x equals 2. That point is going to be 2, comma 0. Remember, x comes before y. Okay, please do not put 0, comma 2. All right, step 2. Set x equal to 0. And so 2 times 0 minus y equals 4. And again, notice how anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Negative y equals 4. Remember, you have that imaginary 1 there. So it's a negative 1. Divide that out, negative 1. Y equals negative 4. So my point is going to be 0, comma, negative 4. So here are my 2 points. I'm now going to draw my graph. I'm dealing with, on my x-axis 2 and my y-axis. So it's going to look something like this. So this is 3, this is negative 5. Here's my x, here's my y. Again, if you guys have graph paper, you guys can pull that out. 2, comma 0, so 1, 2. And then 0, comma negative 4. And there you have it.